Welcome to Invincible, probably the best podcast about Invincible on the internet. I'm James,
I'm Ralph.
and today we are here to talk about the penultimate episode of season 3, episode 7. What have I done?
What have I done?
What have I done? They continue to just use titles that are essentially like lines of dialogues or feelings, because instead of like the arcs or anything like the obvious titles that they could use, pulling from the comics.
Or this episode was written by Robert Kirkman.
Yeah.
And it may be his
little
like, what have I done?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah. Okay. There's
yeah.
like a meta aspect to it. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we can take that title. I think like the "What have I done?" because it's all Mark. It's all different marks.
Yeah.
There's a "What have I done?" aspect to it before the Invincible War even kicks off. Like it's still very much reeling from Powerplex.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, it's all there. It's all there. So. And then yeah, you've got the Kirkman of it, which you can never discount.
Yeah. So Lucha Johnny's here. Maybe on our episode next week. He's got to just text me the day before so I can get it. You're in art, please. So yeah, Thursday, do that. And then Jeremy Kelly, who last night I texted, and he said that he had scheduled his lesson plan today around our show.
Oh, amazing. Love that, Jeremy. Thank you very much.
So Jeremy's here to prep.
Fantastic. I thought at first you were going to say he's done his lesson plan based on the episode, and I was like, I don't know what grade you teach, Jeremy, but I don't know if this is appropriate. But yeah. This episode was
it's like the best episode of Invincible.
Yeah,
I mean it's mostly like payoff, and
I think that's it. I think like I don't know if it is the best episode. It's the most episode.
This is the episode for like readers of the book.
For readers of the book, and also for people that are like, oh, I'm bored of this, it's filler, just get to it. I'm like, this is like for the people that are just here for the show, for the violence and for the fights and for the superhero-iness of it, it's all there. That's all there in this episode. But for book readers, for people that like the nuance, for people that like the characters, I mean, for the people that like the characters, there's so much character stuff in this episode, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Middle school. Okay, Jeremy, do not show Invincible to any of them. I mean, that's great. Kids watch everything. It's yeah. But yeah, probably don't be encouraging it.
Yeah.
This they did it all in one. They did the Invincible War all in one, and I'm really, really glad they did, because that was the whole thing with the comic book. It was coming out, I think this would have been like 2010, probably by the time Invincible War came around.
Yeah.
And maybe 2009 still. And it was issue 50, if I'm not mistaken. It was right around there. And
I think Jeremy told me, I think it's like pretty much this episode is issue 60, and then like some of 61.
Like yeah, it rolls over because like the war ends and then conquest is the next thing, so it does tap into that. But like and I feel like all of the aftermath is probably 61. But yeah, it's all in one issue, and I remember that being the whole thing. Like in the marketing was like Marvel doing all these events, DC are doing all the events. There's a Final Crisis, there's a Civil War, there's a Secret Invasion, there's all these events that are coming out at that time. And Kirkman's be like, I don't want to fuck around and do events where there's all these crossovers and tie-ins that you have to read. He's like, I'm going to do an event. I'm going to do a main event, and we're going to market it like it is a big comic book event. And I'm going to do it in one issue.
Yeah.
And he did it, and he did it then, and he's done it again now. And you get or everything that you would get from a Justice League or a Avengers Endgame, like in this 1 hour of TV, like just under an hour of TV. And holy shit, it's intense.
Yeah.
Like I woke up to a message from Ralph this morning. That what was it? What the fuck or holy shit?
This is holy shit. I sent you the artwork for Instagram.
Yeah.
and I like that your post on Instagram for this episode was also just holy shit. Yeah, we're getting everything in this.
Yeah.
Okay, so like when I like, man, like it's rare that I like yell at the TV.
Oh, I did it 3 times at least, and those 3 times I did twice.
Well, I did it. I mean, here's the thing: I only did it once, and
Mm.
that's how big this one thing was for me.
I mean, I know what it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I mean, I did the same thing, and then immediately afterwards, I did another one, and then immediately afterwards, I did a third one.
Right. See, that's how much I don't shout at TVs, because I didn't do the second two, but
Yeah.
I definitely did that first one because I am a massive fan of Astounding Wolfman.
He's
And
here.
like, he's there and full on, looks amazing.
It wasn't like a little cutaway and he's in the background or anything like that. We focused on him. We cut back to him. He's there again at like later on. Brit is a full character now. Like after one episode, he's just involved and he's there, and he's like his relationship with Donald is already established because that is from the book. Like Donald spins off out of Invincible and fucks off out of Invincible and is in Brit. He's running a team which he runs. Tech Jacket's there, and we don't ever hear any dialogue from him, but
no,
and he shouldn't be on Earth. They're not changing his story. He's not on Earth. He's just out there. He's from Earth, but he's got this alien tech jacket. It's oh my god, it's there like Jeremy's going nuts with it all as well. Like
El Chupacabra.
Yeah. Kid Thor, who we've seen a couple of times in the background, but has a lot more to do now. Like, like those guys. Love it. Absolutely love it. All of the Invincible universe has been rolled in now.
Like in one episode.
Yeah.
Like we've been talking about these guys
mm-hmm.
since season 1, what, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
However long it was.
Forever. Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it be great if we saw blank? And this one episode we saw filled all those blanks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anyone left that I'm like, I really want to see. The only other one that I really want to see is a character that only exists in Invincible, and that's Dinosaurus. Of ones that like are potentially could be cut if they really wanted to cut. Like but because there are other characters that I want to see that we've not seen yet, but they are integral and cannot be cut really if they're going to tell the whole story.
If you can do this in one episode, you can do Dinosaurus. You just set them up a little bit.
Absolutely. They've already started doing that. Jeremy mentions there, I know nothing about Business Boy, but now I want to know everything about Business Boy and his huge buddy. I don't know anything about Business Boy. I didn't even know that it was his name, but like I instantly know who you mean. And I was watching that and they cut back to him and I was like, this might be from a book that I didn't read. This might be from one of the other Invincible Universe books that I've not read.
Like, is it in Battle Pope or something?
I never read Battle Pope. Like I've skimmed through it. I've seen it. I know enough about Battle Pope, but like I never read it. But like what a great, or it might just be something new that they've come up with for this show because they're still having fun creating characters.
Maybe it feels like like Otley asked this kid for a character.
Business Boy. It's just I mean, it's the sort of thing like we didn't, but I could easily see them doing Grizzly Shark. Like those guys, like the what is it, Grizzly Shark and Sea Bear? Is it Sea Bear and Grizzly Shark? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, those guys could easily be rolled in.
So the names are in the subtitles.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
Yeah, what a wild episode.
Dude, what a wild! So like we're jumping around all over it.
But also for me, like this, if this was the season finale, I would have gone ape shit and been like, "Yep, this is what I thought." Invincible War, leading up to Conquest.
Yep.
Get ready for season 4. Yep. But we have one more episode left, which is nuts. I have no idea. I'm completely like not calling myself a book reader anymore because I've retained none of this section of Invincible. I know characters.
This is the section that I feel like I remember the most, but even now I'm just like, I'm questioning, like, I know how things end with conquests, but I don't remember the fine details of how they get there or anything like that.
Pretty much Powerplex was like in the book as is, it told in the show. It
Yeah.
may not be as a long story, it doesn't take as much space, but like him frying his sister and kid or whatever, is yeah, that's all in there.
Yeah.
That's totally in there. I've seen the pages.
Yeah.
So like for
Yeah.
now, I'm just
I've
like,
read the book
okay,
twice. Like,
I
yeah.
now am in the mode as far as the show goes, is don't think of me as a reader of the book. I know the broad strokes.
Yeah. I
I
know
know
it.
the
I'm
big events.
familiar. I like there's not anything that I can't be spoiled on any of it,
Yeah,
but I haven't retained enough because
right.
life is busy, and I it's been long enough since either of my read throughs, and also just the way it's presented. I feel like the way that you and I would sit and read a comic book and digest it and fully enjoy it and go, "Ooh, that's harsh," or like, "Wow, that's amazing," is just different. It's
Yeah.
presented different than watching it on TV for an hour in like, and all the it's acting, isn't it? It's acting and directing.
It's being performed at their pace, not
And it's
mine.
being told in the way that they want you to experience
Mhm.
it, as opposed to here it is, you take it yourself. And that it
Yeah,
just sort of shows the difference between mediums, I think. It's the
yeah.
same story, just told in two different ways. And what a difference, because Powerplex is a name that I don't think I'll ever forget now.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, it's amazing. The the social media for this show, like because I've been going on to Invincipod's Instagram and like posting stuff about it, I've been getting fed loads of Otley and loads of Invincible HQ, and those guys are having the most fun with this stuff. Like they did
It's
a
you
whole breakdown of the different marks. They did a casting announcement, like huge news.
I
Stephen
like that
Yen
they called the
as
Mohawk mark Stripe.
no,
Base
that wasn't Mohawk Mark. Mohawk Mark was uh Mo Vincehawk. Mo Vincehawk.
someone on Blue Sky, one of them just said Stripe.
Yeah, the Stripe Vincible.
That's not the one with the Mohawk, like Stripe
No,
from
no, no, no,
Gremlins?
no.
Okay.
The Instagram they had a whole gallery of all of them, and they're all
Okay.
something Vincible, or like they're all pun names in that way.
Okay.
They're fantastic. And then the last one that they showed is just Hair Vincible, because it's that hair.
Yeah.
Um, They all got a moment to shine. They all like Stephen
Yeah.
Yen does a different voice for all of them.
Mhm.
He's putting a different affect on his voice for every single one of them. They've all got a moment to shine. There isn't a background. Like they say that there's at least 18. I haven't gone back and through and watched and it's seen if we get full 18, but it feels like that's probably the number that they were like, yep, nope, we've got 18 different character models and we're gonna show them all and we're gonna kill off a bunch of them, and then we're gonna focus down on like the what was it, 8 of them at the end there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that. That's the 8 that we're really happy with these designs, and they're really fun. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
The Black Mask one, where it's a full face, where
Mhm.
all he wants to do is like bring Debbie back and see Debbie
Yeah,
again. Like
yeah,
I'm like, oh, I kind of feel bad for this guy. I mean, he did destroy a lot of stuff, but
but the others are like bullying him because he's just like he just wants to see his mum. He just misses his
yeah.
mum. Yeah. Cape Vincible, amazing costume design. Like I'm not a big capes person, like in general.
Right.
I'm not. I don't think capes are necessary for a superhero costume. I kind of prefer superhero costumes without capes in general.
Mhm.
But when you get one that works and it's done really well, like Batman, in the best iterations of Batman are a prime
Yeah.
example of that. Same as Superman. Like, but this Cape Vincible was awesome. I love that design. It looks so clean. It looked
Yeah.
like really, really great. Just
Yeah.
the yellow on black that pops.
Yeah. And then the Omni Man version.
Omnivincible.
Yeah. That suit, like there was Veil Invincible or
Mhm.
whatever they're calling him.
Hood Vincible, I think they were calling him.
Okay. So he's like in the frame
Mhm.
talking to Eve and and Mark. And then down in the frame comes Invincible.
So scary.
And just for like, just seeing that come into frame feet first was like,
they know what they're doing.
It made me, it like hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, oh shit! Like
it's on now. Like the others are tough, but this guy is gonna
to present him from feet to head is like, they know what they're doing. That that was really good, and it really like I was like, oh shit, because I'm like, did Omni-Man just show up? And then I was like, oh no, it's that Mark. We've seen that Mark already.
Like in my notes here, like I'm going through and I've just got like certain things, and I've just then as we get to moments from each of them, I've just got like the different names of them, and it's like there's Mohawk one, there's Omni-Man one, there's all the different ones that we've got here, and it's just like we're just listing them off, and they all have a moment, and it's so good.
Stevie became a big.
I don't think Omni-Man one is my favorite. Well, that is full on Omni-Man one. That we also get a couple of different versions of like Viltrum Empire marks. So you've got like the classic white Viltrum Empire one that we've seen. You've got Prisoner one, who's like been tortured and is all burnt. He's still got like the Viltrumite prison sort of garb on, and then the one that looks like the Invincible suit, but it's got like Viltrumite patches and stuff like that.
Right.
Really like that costume. It like that really works for me. It's a
Conquest's logo.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just like the Viltrumite sort of thing. Like they use it. But he's maybe like a little over designed in terms of like the way that other costumes for Invincible always are. There's a bit much going on, but it looks super cool. It looks like an action figure variant that I would love to have, sort of thing. If you had all of these, like I mean, they could do a box set for Comic-Con of all 18 different Invincibles.
Jesus, that'd be great. Stevie became a big fan of Tech Jacket because of her hatred towards Mustache Mark.
Okay, cool. Tech Jacket is taking care of business up there.
Yeah, she hated Mark with a mustache. Yeah, and so she was
glad to see Tech Jacket. Yeah,
take him out.
It's just such a sleazy mustache, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like it's that mustache. We've seen it on a few different Viltrumites. They've all got different types of mustache, and like you see Nolan's, and it's thicker and it's big and it's fine. And Conquest's got a bit more of a goatee going on, and like that's a bit douchier. Like he looks like he'd be wearing some like wraparound things with a Punisher t-shirt on or something. But like he like that sleazy sort of thin tash. I hate it.
Yeah. And that's one of those things that you see Otley do a lot of.
Yeah.
Like at like cons and doing like art for fans and like doing commissions is put mustaches on. They'll throw my mustaches on like Mark and like different people. I think I've seen like an Eve with a Viltrumite mustache. Like it's one of my favorite things.
They mentioned that none of them are as strong as our Mark. And I think that's like a testament to Cecil and having all of the training that they've done there and for everything that our Mark's gone through. Like I don't know if like obviously some of these guys have gone through some shit on their worlds, but our Mark has gone through a lot in a short space of time, really. It's been like a year since Nolan, and he's had everything else. So having none of them be quite as strong as our Mark is cool because we know that, you know, our hero is going to be able to win, but it's the cost of it. It's not an easy win by any stretch of the imagination. And the other thing is that none of them have an Oliver. There is a Flaxen. There's a Flaxen Mark, but there is no Oliver. Like none of them know an Oliver out there. And I thought that was an interesting point. Like that is a turning point that only this Nolan has like bred and has another son out there.
Yeah. And it was nice, even just this kid getting like the smallest glimpses of who these guys were when they're in that circle above the house.
Yeah.
And there's like one of the Invincibles, I think it's the one without the goggles. or it might have been a goggle. I don't know. There was a lot. Was saying that they miss William, so possibly William was a love interest in the other.
Could be, yeah, could very well be. William and Rick have a moment in this. We do flash around and see like the rest of the supporting cast, and having Rick save William was really nice because it sort of reminds us that like Rick's a tough like bastard. He is a Rhiannon, but like he's retained that.
There's a lot of peril in this episode, and as far as the story goes, there's people who are more expendable than others. Since they cut to William and Rick, it's like
I was fearful. I thought it was either one or both. Like it's
Debbie and Paul.
Paul like stand up guy, not leaving Debbie. Like they're just gonna hunker down, and he's like, I'm with you. I'm worried about the boys too. Like I'm here. I'm here for you. Seems like a decent guy. And what's her chops as well, and new boyfriend,
Amber.
Yep.
We get Amber, and we get a shot of Oliver's nanny.
Annie.
Annie? I don't remember. So we're getting a lot of stuff. And then for the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about this relationship between Rex and Ray.
Yep.
And they're really, really laying it home how happy they were together.
Yeah.
And I kept going like, fuck, well, Ray's done.
I thought the same thing. Like, so we were watching it last night, and Liz was watching it, and we were like both like super enjoying how cute they had been as a couple and everything. And it's like they seem happy. She's out. They've got an apartment. They're like gonna do some more cooking, and then it kicks off, and Liz is like, "Oh, Rex is dead. Rex is dead. They're gonna kill Rex." And I was like, I feel like they're building it and they're pushing it to make us think that it's Rex, and then Ray dies because that's more tragic,
right? Because she'd already retired.
And it's tragedy. There would be an argument that it's fridging, but she's enough of a character in her own right that it's not fridging. There you go. There he is.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
Blame the writers.
Yeah. But it's like I could see people getting up in arms and claiming that because people have heard that term once and they don't really know the full meaning behind it. But they didn't do that. I like that Ray was like straight back in. She's like, nope, there's something big. I've got to be in this with you. And it was Rex that was like, no, I'll call you if I need you, but you're retired. You can't just unretire on day one. Like that's not how this works. He's so supportive. He's a good guy. And they've done such a good job to build him up and make us love this guy instead of just being that douchey asshole. Of course it had to be him. Of course it had to be Rex to make the sacrifice play. He does the Tony Stark sacrifice play and he saves the Guardians. Like he doesn't even know that he's saving the Guardians because at this point he thinks they're all dead. He thinks he's like going out. But in doing so, like he could have probably run away. He could have done something. He could have at least tried to, but he's like, nope, this is how it's got to be. And he charges his bones up and self-destructs. And what a badass way to go.
Yeah. I'm going to defer to Jeremy.
Doesn't even kill his Invincible though.
No.
That's the tragedy of it, I think. It's like if he got to take one out, it'd be like, cool, look how powerful Rex could be. But it's like he had a cap. Like there was a ceiling on Rex. Yeah.
I thought he was going to stick his hand into the Invincible's mouth.
Well, I thought Ray was going to come like busting out of Rex. I thought she'd like snuck into Rex and was using him as a Trojan horse. And then like he was going to like, I don't know, punch it. And then like, or Ray was going to jump out of the wound or something like that. I was expecting that, but. So
it's clear that Kirkman it was like, this is where Rex's story ends.
Jeremy, am I right? Is this where Rex's story ends in the books?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, Jeremy's in the chat
I
still,
don't
so
remember
you should
Rex's
be able
story ever ending.
I don't, but I also don't remember anything beyond this sort of time with Rex. I
Right.
feel like he's just there, like, or this is, yep, yeah, he does. This is it.
Okay.
Wow.
So this is what's great about not rereading the book a third
Mm-hmm.
time,
Still get
15
surprises
years later, is I get surprises.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, I'm gonna stop saying that I'm a book reader because I don't know what the fuck is going
No,
on anymore.
we are people who have read the books twice each.
Yeah.
But by no means do we remember anything.
It's a lot because you got to realize like this episode was jammed into like 1.5 books.
Yeah.
Issues, not trades.
And
issues.
I don't even know if 60 was an oversized. Like it might have just been a regular ass issue, like 32 pages.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I remember that cover though because
I
it was
remember
the trifold, right?
Yeah.
It had like Spawn was on it, and I remember Madman was on it. So I got it is the second time I've seen Oddly do a Madman. And like Savage Dragon, it was pretty much like everybody from Image Comics was on that cover.
Ollie posted. I'm just trying to look. I've got all my art in this room now, but it's not. None of it's up on the wall.
So
I was just trying to see if I could
like
find my
most
Invincible
that's been added to the background is you have some sort of like paper bag that's got like red on it.
Yeah, this is a Sainsbury's bag.
Yeah,
it's a bag for life.
Like it looks like the blood overlay.
Yeah, it does drip down, doesn't it? I thought that earlier. Yeah. There is a Beatles rock band drum kit that Liz won't let me throw away. I really wanted to put it in the bin, but she's like, no, I want to play it at some point. I'm like, we don't even have a PlayStation 3 to play it on. But she's I don't know. She's hey Liz, if you're watching, I love you. She might be downstairs watching. I don't know. She said she might put it on in the background.
Cool. Jeremy said he posted the image on Discord. I'm gonna go grab that.
Oh, sweet.
For a second.
All right, let's read through. The whole Invincible War is 3 days. Like all of this happens in 3 days, and when I was making my notes, I was just sort of scribbling them down as I was going, and like you look at everything that happens on day 1, and that's nuts. And then day 2 is most of the rest of the episode, and that is effectively the destruction of Earth, and it's ridiculous. And then day 3 is when the Invincibles turn on Angstrom and are banished for it. Like it's like none of them are the brightest. You're like, this guy makes portals, that's what he does. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Forget how white Rex is.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird, isn't it? And how white like the marks are as well. Like
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all there.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock.
There it is. Did you think Shapesmith was dead this time around? Because I did.
Again, I don't know. It's so hard. I didn't think so.
No.
It's so funny because here's the thing with Invincible.
Yeah.
I was telling Stevie, like, at the very beginning, we see Angstrom in the desert, and his like broken in half jaw is like moving and gargling.
Yeah.
So like Shapesmith is like goo.
Yeah.
And we've seen he's basically like Martian Man, who once Omni-Man broke that little core, then he was dead.
Yeah.
So Shapesmith was like all across the floor, but he was still sort of connected a little bit.
Yeah.
So I didn't think anything of it. But what Stevie said, oh my God, he's still alive. I said, I remember there's a story in space, I believe, coming up, and Mark essentially gets like beaten to a pulp where he's like just an eyeball.
Yeah.
And he gets saved. Spoilers, I guess. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I'm like, this show, people get fucking obliterated,
annihilated.
This is the third time I think we've seen Immortal get his head cut off, and
this
know
particular one,
and we know he's like in the future where Mark kills him,
and that one's like when he kills that one, he's like, you just gotta keep the parts separated. That's the only way you can do that guy. Like it's just like he is dead now, but if that head gets reconnected to that body, like he's back. Like it's so.
They clearly have the neck brace. Cecil has it all set up where it's like it's a regular thing.
Yeah.
So
It's happening.
I didn't really Shapesmith. I wasn't really too concerned about. I did enjoy the Invincible variant doing the Shapesmith voice.
Just utterly mocking him, like just
Yeah.
really going to town. It was like it's so thick on how much he found that guy amusing. It was.
Yeah.
It's just so insulting.
But Steven Yeun's Ben Schwartz impression was very good.
It's great.
It was very good.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was dead. I don't know. I was like, I didn't even know Rex was going to be dead, because he's been through everything. He's been shot in the head and his arm ripped off, but I was like, as soon as like the Billie Eilish started playing, I'm like, okay, we're
losing people now. Like
he's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good choice. Like it's probably one of the bigger tracks that they've used. But if you got that Amazon money, like use it. Like great. It was effective.
Yeah. It's like this show like that kind of stuff like really makes it, it's hard to say, real, or maybe it just helps ground it in like emotionally for us.
Yeah, it feels like it's got some heft to it.
Yeah,
for sure. There was, before we get into like the aftermath of the war, shall we say, we see
Wolfman.
Wolfman does his thing. We see that. We see Masked Tiger. We see.
Can I say Wolfman? Wolfman doesn't talk, because I swear they're probably like,
we haven't cast him yet. Yeah.
See, like if they just do like, give me a 3-episode mini Wolfman show,
3 hours of
limited series,
3 hours of Wolfman
at Halloween, like just while we wait for Invincible, just do that whole 26 issue arc.
They could do that in 3 hours. Like yeah. Or just a movie length, maybe. I don't know, something. So if they did that arc, they could roll in the story with Invincible in there, like, because the crossover story, they could have that play out in the middle episode, like in episode 2. Like you just have Invincible show up. That's how you market it. Like you can use those shots in the trailers, because then people are like, "Oh, this is Invincible." Right. And the same way they did with the Eve special. Like, it's, and
then when you get to season 4, if that's where that story lands,
it could be. Yeah,
you do the other side.
You don't even need to do the other side. You just do it all in Wolfman. You do the whole thing in Wolfman, if you want to. Like,
I need to reread Wolfman.
Yeah, Wolfman's great.
Here's my promise. Let's reread Wolfman by October.
Okay.
So we can cover the book on our show in October, because there's probably not going to be episodes of Invincible then.
No, I would not have thought so. That'd be amazing.
It's been a while since we did a comic episode.
Oh, check him. Yeah, cool. And this is our show where we do other comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We get our season, annual, if you want to call it annual, check-in with the Mummy.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's my favorite ongoing gag, I think.
Dude, as soon as that mark fell through the ground and I saw the green glow, I'm like,
yes.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did the same.
Because of course it's got to happen. Kirkman's not going to do a bit in season 1 and season 2 and not do season 3 and keep it going.
And then to do it in this episode of all episodes, just the balls on that guy. I absolutely love it. Like, I think rewatching the end of season 2 helped for like Liz to get in on that joke and to find it really funny, because it'd been a while since season 2, and she probably wouldn't have remembered that, because she's not doing a podcast talking about this stuff and it coming up and it being a thing. It's certainly been years since we watched season 1, but to check back in, and the season 2 episode where they do it is right near the end. It's one of the last 2 episodes. And so we'd seen that when we are doing our lead up to season 3. And then as soon as they get there and you got the 2 scientists, so it's like, dick. Just like
Yeah.
they're just annoyed by him keeping them down there. Like just put out by it more than anything else. Like, and him, as soon as he's like out, he's like, oh no, I can't, not without a host. He's just an utter wet blanket. Yeah, Kahor. He's it's so fun. It's so much fun how they deal with it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy Kelly was a big fan. And yeah, calling him out on his misogyny.
Like, seriously, like all season we've been saying we want more of the mummy. Like, we're hoping for, I think, Savage Dragon, but I don't know if we'll get Savage Dragon, but it was like Wolfman, Tech Jacket, Brit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We don't get voices for Tech Jacket or Wolfman. We do get a voice for Brit.
Yep.
Who is Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan Banks, yeah, from Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul, the first episode of The Expanse. He's great. Like,
he's in Airplane.
He's been around forever. He's so good. Jonathan Banks is great. So like, bring him in, use him more in this show. Like, I'm all for it.
It sounds like Kirkman's trying to like get Amazon. Like, he wrote this episode just to get Amazon to get spin-offs.
Yeah, it's like you could use this as a backdoor pilot for 4 different shows.
Guarding the Globe.
Yeah.
Wolfman, Tech Jacket.
Yeah, I think because in Guarding the Globe started after Brit was already like cancelled and finished, and Brit sort of transferred. And the costume that he's in this episode is the costume from Guarding the Globe.
Yeah,
he's like the leader of that team.
Yeah.
And you've got like Kid Thor and all those guys are in that show, in that book as well. Like, he's still wearing the like just the like the corduroy undershirt.
Mm-hmm.
That is his costume from the original series,
right?
But like, if they just pick up and do Guarding the Globe with Brit as the leader, great.
Yeah.
Tech Jacket is a fun like show about a 15-year-old. Like, it's kind of like Blue Beetle-esque, I think.
Yeah.
But like, it's perfect. It's like it's a little thing that you can do, a mini that you can do.
Yeah.
And then Jeffrey Dean Morgan, as we suspected, we called it as soon as we knew that he was in there.
Was that like 2 years ago? He posted that Instagram post where he was holding Compendium 2.
Yep.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, the voice actors do this stuff a long time in advance, I think. Because so much of the performance and the animation, I don't know which way around they do it in the show. Like, I don't know what comes first, but it certainly feels like they might have like character models in place or like the scene laid out, but there is definitely some of the performance is like character matched to what the actors are doing, I think. So yeah, it makes sense. And then I think it was Invincible or might have just been Skybound posted a thing where it's like they're destined to do this dance forever, and it was Stephen Yen and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And I was like, yeah, it's those two probably have a really good rapport with each other, because they will be intrinsically tied forever from their stuff in
so round 1 went to
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Round 2, I mean, the show is Invincible, so I'm assuming round 2 is going to go there. Curious to see what the tiebreaker would be.
What's the rubber match? Yeah, we'll see. What show could they do together, or project could they do together?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Haunt.
Jesus Christ. Haunt. I fucking forgot about Haunt.
Yeah, everyone forgot about Haunt.
My friend Lenny got something from Otley. It was like Mark as Haunt or Haunt versus somebody. I remember he had a Haunt something.
Yeah.
Might have been Haunt like holding Spawn's cape with like blood or something.
The first arc of that book's pretty fun, and I feel like that is what got what's his name? Who's the artist on it?
Isn't it Otley?
No, Otley did covers. But it's the old Spawn artist. It was like the not McFarlane, but like the most like consistent Spawn artist from back in the day, who had a massive like cocaine and alcohol problem, and then he sort of credits Kirkman for like just like essentially like reinvigorating his career
Mhm.
with things like Haunt, and then from Haunt he moved over to Batman when they did the New 52 Batman stuff, with
Yeah.
the Court of Owls, and he did all of that stuff from Batman, which was awesome, really
Yeah.
really good Batman stuff. So his name is, I'm blanking on his name, but yeah, great artist. I just had it was on the tip of my tongue, it's gone again.
No
Um,
idea.
no, it's gone. Someone will find it, I'm sure.
What?
Yeah, Haunt, what a pull, huh?
The very, very specific time period.
Yeah, it was that time of Image when like Kirkman was in charge of
Yeah.
all of it, and he was just sort of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
But it was a book that was mired with delays and things like that. Just so I don't think
Yeah.
it ever really found a footing. But that was a launch. Like there was such a fervor around that, because it was like any
Like
new
finally.
Image book, any new Kirkman book, especially, it was like everyone's buying issue 1 of this because it's going to be the next Walking Dead. I was like, maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get the Mummy, we get all of that stuff, we get Donald and Brett, and then we move on to day 3, and we've already said like the Invincibles are all just like banished off out in there. We didn't mention Darkwing, like just
Right.
fully like again making a sacrifice play, going into like that shadow realm or whatever he goes into, and taking one with him and seemingly trapped. He's not out. We get
Yeah.
the debrief with Cecil at the end, which I really like that scene.
Yeah.
Where they're sort of essentially counting their casualties. Like Ray's done, she's retired. Immortal and Kate are retired and starting a family. They are out. Eve is in a bad shape. She's not active. Rex is dead.
Her parents are fucking pieces of shit
They
weirdos.
both suck. Like they really both suck. Like I used to feel bad for her mum because she felt like she was being like stepped on.
Yeah.
And her dad definitely is just an utter piece of shit. But like both of them suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like where Cecil and Mark are sort of in their headspace.
Yeah.
Mark understands the importance of what Cecil's doing, but
he's growing up.
Just can't. He's like, I'm not going to work for you. But it was left in a way where it's like, we probably will need each other and that'll be okay.
Of course I'll be there. You don't have to worry about me being there. And Cecil knows that Mark is on side. Like he doesn't have to worry about Mark. He doesn't need to like, he doesn't need to keep tabs on Mark in a he's a threat to me kind of way. He knows that Mark is on side. But he tried. He like Cecil genuinely tries. He's like, kid, like, you want to talk? And Mark, very honestly, is like, absolutely not. Not to you. I don't want that. But I appreciate the gesture. I understand what you're doing. And I will be there if you really need me. But like, we're not friends. We don't ever need to be friends, but
this also showed like the importance of the Reanimin. Like they come in handy.
And the signal as well, like the shutdown signal, like it works. Like when we cut to them in the corridor, like they've been through some shit. Like the Pentagon is fucked, but they're on it. Like they need to get more made ASAP.
Yeah.
Love the lowering of the new Pentagon sign. Like, of course, that's the first thing. You got to know where to park, otherwise, what's even the point?
Such a funny joke. It's so stupid.
The most consistent joke in all of Invincible.
Because they use the same shot. I swear that when Otley was doing the book, he was still using like Cory Walker's
Could well be. The same panel. Yeah.
What? I don't know what this means. My sister popped in and said, I popped in when James said we aren't friends and we'll never be friends. And she got worried.
Don't worry, Sarah. We are all friends here.
What? I don't even know what that's in regards to. Is that
I think she thought I was talking to you. Because I just said it. I just said because that was the Mark.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was supposed to. She's like, yeah. Oh yeah, Cecil
Yeah,
and
no,
Mark.
nothing to worry about there. Cecil and
Yeah,
Mark are not friends.
right. Yeah, we'll definitely get more Reaniman, souped up
Oh yeah,
ones. I'm sure we will see
super
at some
Reaniman.
point, possibly Reaniman versus Omni Man.
Mm.
What's happening next week? It can't
It's
just be a
Conquest.
conquest fight.
I mean, Conquest's pretty gnarly, and Conquest is a big deal. So
But Conquest is like would be like a season villain, right? It's weird. I
mm,
feel like it's weird to introduce him now.
I think we are gonna have to check back in with Nolan, and
Yes.
like I think we're gonna get some of that. So uh, maybe we open the episode over there and see some of that, and then we cut over. I think Eve's gonna be back, at least like sitting up and talking. I think she's gonna
Yeah.
be like. I'm not worried about Eve's long term health, but
Right.
like short term, she's in a bad place. She's all fucked up, but
Yeah.
um long term, I think she'll be okay. So I'm sure that she'll be sort of talking to Mark and just sort of saying like, we're gonna be okay. I think Oliver's gonna come and try and save Mark with Conquest. If I remember rightly, he does get involved in that fight, and there is some
Mhm.
peril there. Um, I like where Debbie is at with Oliver as well. She's like, "You're my kid.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be getting involved in this. Like, you shouldn't be having to deal with this. None of you should be having to deal with this. But I absolutely understand that you are in a position that you can help. So go help." Like she doesn't try and stop him.
Yeah, it's so funny because Oliver's not hers. He hasn't been around too long. Like just like
This season,
a
really.
season.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
we love him though. He is a
Yeah.
full on like part of the furniture sort of thing, but not like in a backgroundy way. But he's just like it would be weird if he wasn't there.
Yeah. And Oliver gets in the way. It's like
It's a
Mark
kid.
is learning that maybe sometimes it is okay to kill. And his brother calls him out on it. I'm like, fuck, this isn't the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But I mean, he's the perfect foil because he's like, see, I was right. It's like, kid, shut up, not now. Like,
yeah.
not the time to gloat or like to try and prove your point. But it is what a say what 9, 10-year-old would do.
It's not a one for one thing. It's not like either one or
There's
the other. Like
nuance.
there's
There's nuance.
circumstances, and it seems like so impossible to teach that to Oliver.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
hey, listen, like there's situations where you don't blast through the middle of people.
Did you think that that's the Viltrumite in him, the Flaxen in him, or just the fact that he's a kid?
Um, I think it's a problem because he's not from this world.
Mm.
He was raised in a society that was pretty like didn't have
Disposable's
war.
no, disposable's the wrong word, but like used to seeing death all the time. Like people are going to die. You'll love someone, they will go.
Right.
Like that. So it's almost like fleeting. Like life is even more fleeting than we think of it for him. So it's just like if there is someone who is bad, we don't need them. They are
Yeah.
a problem. So yeah, get rid of them. They are yeah.
I don't know.
Like Agent Smith, isn't it? It's like they're a virus. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
Jeremy
know.
mentions that Conquest's several issues. So I think that could be most of next episode
First
is
half of season 3 or season 4, maybe.
potentially maybe you go into it. But like I feel like you can't just have fighty all episode. Even this episode, like
Yeah.
there was moments of character and development and story. You can't
Yeah.
just have all fight all episodes. It's not an anime where you can do episodes like that.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
I don't know, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I
I'm
have no idea what to
really,
expect out of next week.
really glad that we've got that 8th episode. When we only had the 7 thumbnails, we saw. I did see what this thumbnail was, and we saw the Cecil like close up, and I was like, okay, that looks like it could very well be Invincible War. And so we were right on there. We nailed it with that timing, but like now that we've got that 8th episode, I'm like, sweet, let's keep moving. And
if this was the season finale, though, it would have been a pretty strong one.
That moment at the end, like they don't generally do complete cliffhangers like that. They'll do like an ending where you see the villain like going, ah ha ha, I'll get you next time, gadget, like situation. But like now we are like seeing Mark go like, I am not in the mood for this shit right now. But cool. You want to fight? I just want to hit something as hard as I can. And you look like the thing that I have faced that I can hit the hardest.
Yeah,
he does not have to hold back.
Punches.
Like, there's no holding back now, like from anything.
Is it a thing where we opened up next episode and these guys are just going to town on each other and there's like no end in sight? So Paul F. Tompkins jumps in and says, let's go check in on Nolan. And
while this is happening, like, yeah.
And then go with them just hanging out, Coalition of Planets. Maybe we get a shot of Battle Beast still fighting.
Or just finishing up his fight or something like that. Like, could well be. That'd be cool.
And then set up the fact that they're all these different things are coming to Earth.
Yeah, we got a lot
set up season 4.
Yeah, and like they're out on they're trying to find or trying to recruit. Yeah,
I wonder how deep they are into season 4. I feel like they're since they're announcing them like 2 seasons at a time. Like I feel like they're just getting a jump on everything super early.
Keep on rolling. Yeah. No, Jeremy mentions that I don't think we're getting Dinosaurus this season. I don't think we are. I think by about the midway point, I was like, no, probably not this season, but seems like a perfect thing to do next season. It like this whole post Invincible War era where Mark doesn't know what his place on Earth is. He's trying to like figure stuff out. Then the Dinosaurus stuff happens and Vegas happens and all of that. And that is sort of like, I think what makes his decision to go and join the fight in space, it makes it easier for him because he's like, every time I'm on Earth, it's getting fucked up. I am a threat to this planet just by being here.
He's the through line on every single news report.
It's Invincible.
People worldwide know Invincible now.
Yeah. And I think they know he's a hero. They know that he's a good guy and he's got their best intentions, but just by these fights happening and him being the crux of it all, that is a threat to everyone else. And so he's going to take that on because he's like empathetic like that. And he's going to be like, the best thing that I can do for everyone is to fuck off. Yeah.
And that's always, that's fun. I remember that. I remember Eve's, what goes on with Eve during that time.
Yep.
And I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
This whole show, Jeremy says that's Power Plex's argument.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I think I think next season will be half Conquest, half Dinosaurus, possibly.
Maybe. Yeah.
Or enough.
I think we're gonna get like 2 or 3 episodes of Conquest. And then like even after this fight, he's not a character that's going away, I don't think.
Yeah.
He'll be around, and I think we can check in with stuff that's going on with him, and that's exciting. And even when we do get the stuff with Mark away, and you were saying how like you remember what happened with Eve and everything during that time, I think they've done a really good job of establishing the support cast. So during that time, we're not going to go away from the rest of that support cast. Like, we know who they are. And introducing Britt here in the episode that you kill Rex gives us another focal point. Like Britt essentially can take over from either Rex or the Immortal. Like Immortal and Kate don't need to be gone from the story necessarily, but like they're gone from the fight. So bringing in Britt or Tech Jacket as well, and like our 3 spin-off characters, as we would sort of like to think of them, like bringing those guys in at this point just makes sense. Like it's sort of reshuffling of the deck a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Like if we're 60 issues in, 61 issues in, of 140. Like we're hitting
We're
it.
right on track too. I feel like we were mentioning Invincible War, like back in season 1. They're like, when we finish season 1, we're like, this is where they're at. Season 2 will be this. Season 3 will probably be Invincible War. Season 5 will be, or season 4 will be space. Season 6 will be towards the end.
Yeah, no, I mean, at this point, I think you could do it in 6 seasons in a movie.
Dude, a movie. If you just
like,
did the end, that whole
yeah.
like last, what was it, like 12 issues or something, or 14 issues, where it was like it just kept it saying the end of Deadly Grayson, the end of Adam Eve, and it was just like
Kid Omni-Man, the end of yeah.
Fuck, dude. Space Mark's fun.
I love that
Mark
stuff.
living somewhere else is fun.
Yeah. There's more. There's loads more characters that like we might have checked
Oliver.
In on. Grown up Oliver. Like
Mrs. Oliver.
I mean, more mustaches coming. Like,
but yeah, there's so much fun stuff.
It's so good. Like, it really does feel like there's 2 halves to the book. Like the space stuff, and when the book gets more cosmic, like it really does feel like an entirely new book. It's a real like refresh of everything that's going on.
Oh wait, there's still what we've mentioned before.
Bulletproof
down here.
All of those guys.
That's got to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Viltrumite War, like the Viltrumite War, season 6, season 5. Get it in season 5.
I mean, we're jamming a lot. They're jamming a lot in this.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do it. We did it in season 1. I'm saying like next season we're getting like Dinosaurus and things like that, and Mark in space and building up. Season 5 we get Viltrumite War. Season 6 we get Robot. Then if they did a movie or season 7, that is when you get all the post-Robot, all of that stuff. Because there's still more stuff, and that involves Viltrumites. Still got Rudy. Yeah, exactly. All of that. Like, I think we're getting that. That could be season 6. Viltrumite War sounds like it should be like the grand finale. It's not, folks. It's like that is not the end.
Thrag.
Yeah. Like Viltrumites on Earth.
Who
we're saying too much.
But who would you get? So the people who don't read the book won't understand this, but who do you get to play Thrag?
Who's left? Who is left in the world that hasn't been on this show that is like a really good character actor?
Like, you got to get just like find someone with like the most clout. Like, you got to find like
John Malkovich.
Oh no, not it's Thrag.
No,
I would put him as Conquest.
Put him as Dinosaurus. Malkovich is Dinosaurus.
That would be weird.
That would be weird. Who would I have? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you got to get somebody.
Ben Kingsley.
As Thrag.
Maybe, yeah, why not?
I think he would work as. So I think, how about Gerard Butler?
Okay. See, I think Gerard Butler would have been a good Conquest as well.
Yeah. I think that like Tom Selleck would have been a good enough. Like, if you did this, but if you did this show,
you just want people to have had mustaches. You just want famous mustachioed people.
Yeah. Clive Owen.
Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck. Yeah, Affleck. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Get like, dude, can you imagine?
Affleck would. Actually, I really like Affleck. Affleck can get growly when he needs to. Like, he can get mad, and he's got that like egotistical, like the I am better than you, fuck you, like attitude to it. He could bring that. And Cavill can too as well. Like, yeah, Cavill, and famous mustachioed.
Dude, like, it's got to be someone like huge.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Jeffrey Dean Morgan. That's what we're waiting for.
I think I'm glad that we've got him as Conquest, though.
Yeah.
He's a bruiser.
I think you get like someone giant. You get a really good like, and then you just show them the cast list of everybody who's been on this show. Like, is Cranston is the only guy from Breaking Bad and like Bob Odenkirk?
Oh,
like,
shit.
They haven't been on this show.
No, they haven't yet. No, that's a really good point.
Cranston is Dinosaurus.
Harrison Ford, his wife's in the show. Like, yeah. Yeah, Harrison Ford. He's like, he just played Thaddeus Ross. To probably I haven't watched it, but like, doesn't sound like it was very good. But yeah,
I wouldn't know. I'm sure it's fine. But I feel like Thrag is like the main like final.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's got to be someone like crazy.
He's the biggest. He's not the final, but he's the biggest. I'd say. Yeah.
He's my favorite. I love when he gets his cape wrap,
and he's someone that just sticks around, and it's like every time you turn the page and Thrag's on the page, you're like, oh, like you feel like you just hate him. You just want to wring his neck. Like, yeah. And it's kids, fucking kids.
I mean, get like Sam Jackson or something.
Sam?
Like someone you just was like, you're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, Sam could be one of the other Viltrumites. There's a couple of other Viltrumites that we haven't cast yet. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure that they'll have someone awesome in that role because the casting in
Esposito's been in there, seems to be in everything these days.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll pop his head up.
Esposito, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't wait to see it though. We got one more episode.
We still got one more episode.
It
felt like a finale. We got an episode.
It did. I'm gonna get out of here. We got some friends coming over. We can play some games and stuff like that.
Cool.
And
we'll be around next week.
Liz has a baby shower tomorrow, so that's exciting.
Do you have to attend that?
No, I am gonna help
you gonna go
blow up some
Wars
balloons.
Cards?
I am indeed. That's why Ed's coming down. We're gonna go play some Star Wars cards.
That's
There's a
awesome.
New set out this week. Well, officially out next week, but they're doing the pre-release this week. There's a wedge leader and yeah, there's some good shit. All the pilots and stuff this week. So
that's right up your street, as you say.
And of course, of course, it's the fucking set that's coming out when I've got a kid due, so I'm not going to get to play it too much, and definitely not going to be spending as much money on it. But I'm excited to play it anyway. And Liz likes the game too, so we can play. Right, everyone, thank you for joining us. We will be back next Friday for Invincible Fridays, even though they try and claim Invincible Thursdays. We're going to stick to the original.
Is it? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they promote Twitter, they're not
super active on Blue Sky.
They promote Invincible Thursdays, and I'm like, fuck you, Invincible Fridays will never die.
This is the May 25th of this show.
Hashtag make Biomes 2 happen, and hashtag Invincible Fridays. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We will see you next week for another episode of